Waves. Beautiful, dangerous, peaceful, deadly. It was 2004 and we were driving to Hawaii's North Shore to see some of the best surfers in the world take on the brakes at Banzai Pipeline. I was in the passenger seat feeling the hot wind on my arm and watching the sun rippling off the waves of the ocean as we drove along the coast. We were turning a sharp U around a tiny bay when I saw something my eyes couldn't believe. It happened so fast, just a glimpse, and then it was gone. I turned to Susanna and said, "We have to go back." Walking back to the bay, I could hear them long before they came into view. Monster waves. I'd never seen waves this big up close before. On this day, they were cresting to nearly 30 feet. Because of the unique land formations, this break forms very quickly, producing walls of water over 2 stories high. You'd see the waves starting to bob up and down at the edge of the bay, and then suddenly they'd shoot up to twice, 3, 4 times their previous size in a matter of seconds as they moved over the underwater terrain. We stood there a while just in awe, watching body surfers and swimmers trying to navigate the surf. It looked incredibly dangerous and incredibly fun. I had to go in. Here's the trick. If you could get your position and timing just right, you could end up behind the crown of the wave as it peaked. The wave would lift you up and you'd see the waterfall of the curl open up just below you through the wave. You had the sensation of flying, zooming into the shore to be gently released as the swell dissipated on the beach. Then you'd have to turn quickly and follow the surf immediately back as it sucked away from the steep slope of the sand and be prepared to meet the next monster already towering above you. To avoid getting crushed or tossed, you'd have to dive straight through its face to the safety of the other side. It was pure magic. As long as you never found yourself at one of 3 bad places. Going over the falls of the crest, getting stuck in the face of the wave as it curled to be tossed over like a rag doll, or below the crashing falls as they broke with full force on top of you. I was getting used to the rhythm and starting to feel pretty good. And that, of course, is when disaster strikes, when you're new to something and start to get a little too confident. I mistimed the approach and got a little too far forward and got caught in the face. The powerful waves sucked the water back from the beach and hurled me like a crash test dummy up and over the crest. All I could do was watch hard, compacted sand rushing up towards me. The impact nearly knocked the wind out of me. The rest of the wave was coming down on my back, relentless weight crushing me into the sand. Finally, the pressure eased and I followed the retreating water to the surface. And then, a half gasp of air before the next wave came crashing down. Somehow, I kept my wits about me during all of this. I knew that I couldn't fight this power, and the only hope of making it was to relax, try and use as little oxygen as possible, and go with the wave until I could get through one and back to the shoulder. After a few more poundings, I managed to get the timing right and got myself to safety and calm. I rode a gentle swell on the shoulder back to shore and stumbled up the incline of the beach to dry land in a state of shock. I was remembering this story the other day and thinking of how life can sometimes feel like getting smashed by that wave. You're underwater, unable to breathe, a terrifying weight crushing down on you, but also realizing that things will change. Every wave will let up and you'll be able to surface again. That day taught me that you can live right in the crest of that wave, be daring and catch a thrilling ride. You won't get it right every time, but with great risks come great rewards. Whether you land safely or get beaten in the roiling surf, one thing is for sure. You'll have to swim back out again if you want to catch another one. Nothing lasts forever. Not the good or the bad times, and to live in those swells is to yearn and strive. Other times you want to live on the shoulder, out of the way of the falls and the danger, enjoying the sun, watching others having fun or taking a tumble. A life of peace and reflection. Neither way is better. It just depends on what you want. But you will always be at the mercy of the wave. Waves are all around us. The sunlight glinting off the wave is a wave, as is the sound it makes when it crashes on the beach. Things are always in motion, in a cycle. The tides, the seasons, the planets and the sun, the whole universe. Life is a cycle, and a wave is made up of cycles. Up and down, around and around and around. This is what surfers do, and they do it just because they love it. And maybe that's how we could think of life, a big game, playing with the ups and downs, trying to learn from every moment, and finding the joy in every wave.